Today, three season-defining games against Liverpool, Manchester United and Barcelona. Can we win all three to get our season back on track? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Path to Glory series with Tottenham Hotspur. I'm LSFM, and before we go on, I'd just like to give you the chance to go back to last episode to make sure you catch up on that before I go through with this episode, because it was a big one. You don't want to miss that one, and the moment I continue there's going to be spoilers, so just make sure you go back if you haven't watched that. So I'm presuming that everyone here now has caught up fully with the series. So following this 4-1 defeat to Liverpool, a very, very disappointing collapse, I have to say, we now have a chance to instantly rectify it at home against them again in the FA Cup 5th round. And quite a tough draw for us, but given we're at home, we definitely have more of a chance. In fact, all three of these games are home games, so the difficulty level of these matches should be a bit lower. We should get the home crowd behind us and hopefully get a result, but that said, it will still be very, very tough. These games are potentially season defining. We face Man United, the team that beat us 4-1 early on in the season. Let's hope Jadon Sancho doesn't get another hat-trick. If he does, I don't know what I'd do. And then we have this second leg of the Champions League game against Barcelona where we have to score at least 2 just to stay in the tie. It'll be tough. Very, very tough. I mean, given our inconsistency recently and players being out of form, it's not going to be easy, I can't lie. So this is the team I've gone with today. We've got Lloris in goal, back four, Ryan Sessegnon, Sanchez, Tanganga and Di Lorenzo, Eric Dyer in the midfield alongside Basuma, Son on the left, Asensio on the right, Kulusevski in the middle and Richarlison up front. So I've had to make some changes and tough decisions because I'm just simply not going to play Romero and Kane because their average ratings are just so low. They're so out of form, it's just not worth playing. So Richarlison takes Kane's place. And I'm going to play Tanganga, who's on paper probably one of our worst centre-backs, but he's been the one who's just showed the most consistency this season. I've really liked him. So he's going to play today. And also, after Perisic's tantrum last episode, I'm not playing him again. He's not playing for this football club. If he's going to moan at me and question my managerial methods, he's just not going to play. So Ryan Sessegnon will now be our backup left-back. I refuse to play Perisic again because I'm not having moany babies in this team. And also, before you ask, the reason I'm playing Dyer in midfield is because he's the only one who can play that out of the players I have available. He's unconvincing there, which is good enough for me. He should be decent enough to play ball-winning midfielder. I mean, I have 3 midfielders who are currently unavailable: Bentancur, Skip and Milinkovic-Savic, after we got stupidly sent off last episode. So I'm going to have to rely on Dyer in midfield. So this is the team today. It will be tough at home against Liverpool, but we always have a chance. Come on, Spurs. First highlight of the game here with Spurs. You notice Liverpool are playing Diogo Jota after his goal-scoring heroics against us last episode, so let's hope he doesn't do it again. Sancho goes close there. It's been quite even so far, as you can see, but given we're at home, we should definitely be looking to attack as much as we can. Kulusevski, oh my god! Kulusevski with an amazing finish on the edge of the area, on his stronger left foot, finesses it into the top corner past Kelleher, who's playing for Liverpool again for some reason. I don't know what Klopp is doing, playing Kelleher again, but what a finish from the Swede. Asensio plays it back to him and just takes one touch and lashes it. Top corner. Wow. I tell you what, I wasn't expecting that before this episode. I thought we were going to struggle again. But what a start it's been so far, and we now have a corner taken by Sancho, whipped in, finds Tanganga, almost found Tanganga, but cleared away. Sanchez plays it into Son. Son scores off the bar, hits the underside of the bar and goes in, and it's 2-0 to Spurs already. Well, I'd much rather win the FA Cup this season than the Carabao Cup, and we are well on course to do that, given these 2 early goals against Liverpool. Son, who's been very quiet for a number of games now, with an amazing finish. He turns up. He had to sit out the last game due to injury, but he steps up to the plate here and puts us 2 ahead. Liverpool here. Straight afterwards, Curtis Jones runs through our entire defence and does that. Jesus, I'm not having Curtis Jones do that to me, I'm sorry. Di Lorenzo on the ball now for Spurs. Basuma out wide to Sessegnon. Alright. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm lost for words. What is this? What is he doing? He literally played a through pass to Darwin Núñez. I have avoided slating this match engine too much so far, but that is just I don't. That's a mix of just the player like losing his head and playing a fucking back pass like that, and also the centre back just standing completely still and letting all of that happen, and then to top it all off, the goalkeeper running all the way out to just get dribbled past. So now, despite dominating this half, we are now only one goal ahead thanks to that. I tell you, if we lose to by a one goal margin, I will be furious. So here we go in the second half. Let's hope we can hold on in this game. But you know, if some bullshit like that happens, I'm just powerless. You know, to do anything. I just it's mind boggling that that this kind of stuff happens in this game. But we can now have an attack on. He's Kulusevski. He's still on it, I think. Yes, he robs Jones again. Kulusevski. That's the Di Lorenzo. Tanganga can recycle possession. Is Basuma. Oh my god, Basuma with a rocket! 30 yards! That's one of the best goals I've seen this season. Basuma, back in his box-to-box, preferred role, receives the ball from Tanganga and just, oh, what a rocket. One of the most powerful shots I've ever seen. Takes one touch and smashes it. Well, that makes up for that earlier mistake from Son. I'm very, very happy now. And then I have a throw-in taken by Andy Robertson. Crossed in, Kulusevski clears away. Now Son may have a chance to break here. Here's Son. Lovely ball to Richarlison. Richarlison has a chance here. Plays it back, hopefully. Or goes in his own. Oh, we scored as well! Richarlison, 25th goal of the season. He went all alone now. I thought he was going to pass it back, but he cuts inside onto a stronger right foot and scores. What a performance this is by Spurs. We love to bounce back. And now we are beating Liverpool 4-1. And I can't say it's deserved, but I am delighted. I wasn't expecting this today. I really wasn't. I thought we'd struggle here. But we have gone back home to the new White Hart Lane and just absolutely just destroyed Liverpool. And that is what they deserve for beating me 4-1 in the last episode. We come back and we beat them 4-1. Oh yes, what a great start to the episode. 2 more games after this, but this is a great start. This stands us in perfect stead for the game against Manchester United. For our next game against Manchester United, we have the FA Cup quarter-final draw. I mean, I've kind of neglected showing you the draws this series because they're just long and pointless. But anyway, Jurgen Klinsmann is the guy who's going to be running us through this draw. Oh, hurry up. Newcastle, I don't want them. Man City, oh no thanks guys, no thank you. Oh, that's a big game, Man City versus Arsenal. I'm glad we avoided both of them. Wolves versus Brighton. Tottenham, oh, our names come out the hat here. I think it's Aston Villa. It is Aston Villa in the Emirates FA Cup quarter-final, but at home as well, so we should definitely get a result there. I probably won't have to show the game on camera, but they are 7th though, so it's not going to be very, very, very easy, but it's definitely one of the easier draws you could have got. Right, so we've reached the game against Manchester United in the league, and I've named basically an unchanged 11 because I was that impressed by the players' performance against Liverpool. The only changes I brought in Milinkovic-Savic for Dyer because I'd rather play an actual centre mid in the midfield rather than Eric Dyer, who just can't play there, and he's not been that good anyway. So unchanged 11 except Milinkovic-Savic against Manchester United. Can we get revenge for the 4-1 defeat earlier on in the season? Let's find out. Let's go Spurs. Home again for this game against Manchester United. A game I'm actually quite confident about now, given our latest result against Liverpool. They've gone with Ronaldo up front again, perhaps very controversially. But that is a very, very beatable team, I have to say. We should definitely have a chance here. I mean, they are only 4 points clear of us, but they do have a game in hand. And it's not really looking likely that we can win the league now, but we just need to keep getting the points in, keep ticking over so we can retain our top 4 status, which is ultimately what the aim is in the league this season. Richarlison struggles to find asensio Di Lorenzo with some space now to cross it in. Plays it back to Basuma. Milinkovic-Savic out wide to Sessegnon. Can he square it across? Finds. Oh, it's Kulusevski again. Confusion in the box, and Kulusevski finds himself on the end of the ball and puts Tottenham 1-0 up against Man United. Well, I wasn't quite sure what was happening there. Sessegnon just played it across, and Casemiro, it looks like, passed it to Kulusevski himself, and Kulusevski was on hand to put it past De Gea. And we are making our home advantage count in both of these matches, I have to say. Sima passes it to SMS out wide to Sessegnon. Lovely ball through to Ryan, not Ryan, but Richarlison, and he makes it 2. Wow, what a goal! And we're just on steroids. Something. It's like suddenly the game just flicked a switch, and suddenly we just know how to play football again. Richarlison back to his best, and now we are 2-0 up. And United haven't even had like an XG worthy shot. We're now on a 6.6. We're keeping him quiet, and I'm very, very pleased. And that takes us all the way to half time. Tottenham 2, Manchester United 0. And we are fully in the driving seat. It's not even a competition. What a display it has been so far. More of the same, please, lads. This is what I mean. It's not always about playing your best players. It's about playing the players who are in form, because they are the ones who are most likely to perform and get you the 3 points, rather than a player like Kane who's just not scored in fucking forever and just can't seem to have a good game anymore. That's the difference. But Charleston's in again. I think that might be disallowed. I'm not sure, but that was a great finish regardless, and a great pass by asensio from the right. I'm not quite sure if that we just. Oh, it's not been disallowed. All right, perfect. But Charleston grabs a brace. It's a lovely little counter attack by Spurs. Asensio dribbling down the right, passes it into Richarlison, who just hits it first time past the Gea. Just taking off Asensio for Kane and move Richarlison out wide, just to hopefully Kane can just get a goal. I mean, if it's going to be in any game, it'll be this one. We're dominating. I just want to see Kane do well. That's all I want to see because he's our best player. United have a chance here with Anthony. Passed it inside. Great interception from Davinson Sanchez. He's been really rock solid in these 2 matches so far. Son receives it on the left hand side, plays it over the top to Kane. Can Kane score? Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. He's missed the sitter. Harry Kane. Oh my! I can't believe this guy. I think we're gonna get a penalty here. Kane was pushed just as I was talking there, and will actually take the penalty. So if you don't score this, Kane, I have nothing to say to you. Oh, actually, no, Richarlison's taking it. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Richarlison was on a hat trick, so he takes the penalty instead of Kane, and he converts as well. So Kane will have to wait a bit longer for his goal, but Richarlison with a hat trick. What a guy he's been! I was not the most convinced by him coming into this season, but he has like completely changed my opinion of him. He's been just great, and I have nothing but positive things to say. I think it's safe to say that we have thoroughly outclassed United here at home. There's such a difference between playing at home and playing away in this game. It's just a bit ridiculous. And hopefully we can repeat this kind of standard of performance against Barcelona in midweek. But Casemiro 5.9, absolute shocker from him. And I have nothing but positive to say about that performance. 4-0. We love our 4-0s. And we have smashed United. But Charlton with a absolutely dominating hat trick there. Kulusevski also got a goal as well. In fact, Richarlison had a hand in every single goal. A 10.0 rating for him. And he will definitely be in the team for the game against Barca. So, guess what changes I've made to the team for the game against Barcelona? Yeah, that's right, none. I'm not going to change a winning team. Every single one of these players have impressed me today, so I'm not going to change a team. Players like Kane don't deserve to play. Players like Romero just don't deserve to play, even though they're better than the players that are starting right now. But I want to play our most informed players, and that is what I'm going to do. So, the question is, can we now overturn this 2-goal deficit against Barcelona and make it through to the Champions League quarter-finals? Let's go. As we are all set for the Champions League in the first knockout round, second leg against Barcelona, and well, I think we put ourselves in the best position to overturn this 2-goal deficit here. But it's still going to be a tough ask. Barcelona, obviously, a very, very strong team. I think they got Dembele back from injury, and I mean, I'm quietly confident to be honest, because I feel like given our just most recent displays where we've scored 8 goals in just 2 matches, we should be able to get at least a few here, especially at home against Barcelona. But if we do lose, it's not the end of the world because Champions League was never really our aim this season, and we have other competitions we can now focus on. His son plays for Kulusevski now. Kulusevski passes it in. Asensio, the ex-Real Madrid man just heads it over the bar. Just trying to give the boys some encouragement in this game. It's a big game, feeling a lot of pressure, but I have faith in every one of them. He's been looking a bit savage. Plays for Son, lovely pass on. Wasn't the best first touch. Stegan's just able to come out, playing the ball, but Gavi dawdles too long on the ball here. Oh, we lose it straight away, and Lewandowski now can run with it. Barcelona to break. Lewandowski's in, and Lewandowski scores his 29th of the season. And that just made our task a lot harder. Very, very poor up front there. Just a mistake, really. And Lewandowski carrying this Barcelona team on his back, as I very much expected him to do so. Well, it is what it is. We're now 3-0 down on aggregate, and our task is even more difficult now. Half time, and it's 1-0 to Barca. We've been arguably the better side. Barcelona have been very, very clinical in front of goal. And to be honest, there's not a lot I can do here because we're 3-0 down. It's unlikely that we will score 3 goals in the second half. Richarlison not performing to his usual standards. I put us on attacking because we need to do something about this. And the only way we can score is if we just attack. We need to get a goal early on in the second half just to stand a chance here. Di Lorenzo picks it up for us. Milinkovic-Savic. Davinson Sanchez, Son. Oh, we need to have a goal. We need to find a goal here. Sessegnon. Lovely pass to Son. Can he finish here? Heung-min Son. Oh, he hits the post. And it goes in. Oh my god. That's the second time in this episode we've seen some like defensive weirdness. Son, played in by Sessegnon, hits it against the post, and then Bellerin and Gavi just get confused about who's going for the ball. So Stegen's just standing there, and it's 1-1. And that was the early goal we needed in the second half. We don't care how they come as long as they go in. And here's Heung-min Son. Cuts inside. Plays it to Asensio. Asensio! Oh, you should have done much better there. That was a big chance. He really should have done better. I'm making quite a bold move here. You'll see in a second. I'm switching to a 4-2-4. A system that I've heard is quite effective this year. Kulusevski's going to move out to the right-hand side and play as an advanced playmaker for us. Probably one of his best roles, actually. Oh, the Bello almost scored. Oh, God. Those changes would have been for nothing if he'd scored that. Lovely chip just onto the bar. But, yeah, we have to throw the kitchen sink at them now because we need to score now. Obviously, this system's going to make us be a lot more open at the back, but we need to take the risk, as I said. It's imperative that we be as attacking as we possibly can be. Kane's playing in is one of his best roles, deep line forward, so he's probably still going to be terrible. Richarlison's in. Oh, what a save from ter Stegen. This man is keeping Barcelona in it. He was great in the first leg, and he's proving just how good he is in the second as well. It's so frustrating. Oh my god, and Sergio Milinkovic-Savic hits the bar from the corner. Oh, we've been so unlucky here. We've played really well. I have nothing bad to say about this performance. We've just been very, very unlucky. We've been so much better in this game than in the first leg. We just haven't been able to make our dominance count, I don't think. Come on, Kane, please. That's a lovely pass to Richarlison. He's in here. Richarlison plays back to Basuma. Has a go. Oh, he's hitting it over the bar. Couldn't repeat his goal-scoring heroics against Liverpool. And it's looking increasingly unlikely that we will get something from this game. Got some very attacking. Come on, guys, please. Shoot on sight. Come on, I'm trying everything here. Come on. Di Lorenzo now. We're throwing. That's gone straight to Jordi Alba, though. And that could be it for us if we don't win it back here. Rafinha now has some space. He's got space to run into. Passes it back to Christensen. Pedri, lovely ball to Rafinha. Can he finish it? Yes, he does. Lloris beating at his near posts. And arguably we should not have conceded 2 goals in this game. But that's what's happened. We've lost 4-1 on aggregate. And I do feel disappointed because I feel like we definitely deserved a lot more. Look at that XG compared to theirs. But, you know, I guess the Champions League was never the aim this season. And we had a tough draw, to be fair. And we were just beaten by a team of arguably great quality. We go again next year. But I'm not too annoyed at this defeat. So that ends the episode here, guys. I'd say an overwhelmingly positive episode. We just got a bit unlucky at the end, I think. Maybe a bit disappointing, but we can take heart from the performance. We still played well against the better Barcelona team. And we go again next year, because the Champions League was never the aim. I mean, the board did want us to reach the quarters. They're a bit disappointed with us, but they do understand that we did have a difficult draw. But yeah, I mean, I don't really care about the Champions League at this point. We were never going to win it, and I'd rather do well in the FA Cup and the Premier League. So I'm not sure when I'll come back because it's not looking like we're going to win the title, and we don't have many difficult games coming up in the league. I don't want to come back too soon. I don't want to come back straight away. If we win this game against Aston Villa, I'll probably come back for the FA Cup semi-finals, which I think are at the end of April, I'm pretty sure. So I'll probably come back for that. But hopefully all these games will be green by the time we come back, because they're all very, very winnable. We just need to make sure that we stay in the top 4, and if just by chance we close the gap on Liverpool, maybe I'll come back sooner if we do find ourselves in a title race. But thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.